Chris, is soma therapy, I think I missed this, is this like a series of like a system of exercises, or is it like a passive work?
Yes, so soma therapy is a hands-on work by a skilled like soma therapist.
Right.
It's part of an osteopath program.
Got it.
Yeah, so it's hands-on work. It's all combined. So we have soma therapy, soma training, and Aldoas. We use that all, and then along with my Czech practitioner background, I use all of it to just create my sessions with my clients. So like a typical session, a client will come in, I'll start with osteo-articular pumping, that'll be the soma therapy. So I'll start with the pumping of the spine, or pumping of, let's say for this example, let's use the spine just because where we are focusing on the upper cervical for this presentation. So I'll do pumping of the spine, it'll be a lumbar spine, obviously you know already, lumbar spine, thoracic spine, cervical spine, depending on where the client needs to work. They'll do that, then I'll have them do some spinal mobilizations. It could be a Feldenkrais technique, or it could be some, say, McKenzie press-ups. If we're talking about lumbar spine, maybe a Feldenkrais, like a zone 2 Feldenkrais, which will be mainly for the lumbar spine, but still getting the entire spine, just getting the integration, the hip to pelvis integration, hip to pelvis spine integration. Or we can do, then from there we'll go to the McKenzie press-ups, then from there we're going to our osteo-articular warm-up. So the warm-up will help, the osteo-articular is basically all joint. So all the joints in the body, osteo-articular. So anytime I say that, it's just all the joints in the body, okay? So it's on ankles, knees, hips, or pelvis, however you want to think about it. Spine, shoulder, and the neck, the jaw. So just focusing on getting awareness throughout all those joints before getting into any movement. For most clients, I'll have them also do proprioception and awareness training. So again, the awareness normally comes from the warm-up itself anyway. Because we'll do, say, specific movements, say we're doing the ankles, so I'll do rolling here, or if we're doing the knees, then I'll have clients doing, let's say, just going back and forth, getting all the ranges, doing some circles or figure eights, then going to the pelvis, so we're going to the hips, get some rotation going on, okay? Go.
That makes the fluids, what's the purpose of those movements?
So the fluid we'll take care of in the beginning, when we do the soma therapy, like you were asking. Fluid we'll take care of then. Then the spinal mobilization, we'll do that just for the spine, get everything integrated, ready for movement. Then the osteo-articular warm-up helps to get just fluid flowing. So we get the fluid help into the system with the therapy, and then the warm-up now brings the fluid just going throughout the body, and also getting the heart rate up, get people ready to work out. You know, because you don't want to work out when you're cold, you know, when the tissue is cold and whatnot, because then you can hurt yourself. So we want to get everything warmed up, and we take, you know, a couple minutes at every joint, making sure we get all ranges of motion. So the whole warm-up is based on just getting the joints to go through all ranges of motion for that specific joint. Okay, so the ankles will do about 2 to 3 movements, the knees will do about 3 to 4 movements, the hip about 4 or 5 movements, the spine will do, let's keep it really simple, we'll do like some roll-ups, boom, bend the knees, come up, rolling up here, and then going, rotating, okay? Then we'll do some osteo-articular techniques here. Pelvis tuck, keeping the head back, chin in, and then just doing translations of the spine alone. So just getting awareness of the spine, seeing how it moves. Okay, so you understand how your body moves, because I might be going only here, someone else might be able to go all the way here, without moving hips. This all comes down to awareness. The more often you do it, the more aware you are of your body. So then we have awareness here, you have more awareness when you go outside. Okay, and then days like this when it's snowing, you know exactly what's going on in your body, and you can avoid hurting yourself. Okay, so just reduce the chance of injury, which is basically what we're trying to do. Okay, it's hard to live a healthy lifestyle if you're stressed from being hurt all the time, if you're in pain. Like if you're in pain, like nothing really gonna be happy.
So scared of falling.
Yeah, and that's again, like that's where the proprioception and awareness comes into play. So we do a lot of work for the foot, the ankle, the knee. So again, when you ask me about the soma therapy, do ACL, MCL, PCL, LCL, everything in that. With the ankle, we got the talus. We'll say the cuboid, navicular, calcaneus, like everything in the body, every ligament, every joint, we'll take care of in the body. So it's all lines of fascia. So it's a very detailed process. But again, it just comes down to at least we do that our assessment first. And then when we know what's going on, it makes it a little easier to go into what we're going to take care of in the session. Okay. So I'll give you like a quick overview of like how an assessment would be run. So if you want to help me out a little bit.
Whole time.
Unless you want to do it.
No. If we want to record it, I would.
All right, no problem. Some other time.
Yeah, showtime.
Alright, so for example, let's say if I'm doing my initial assessment, I'll be looking at his first rib angle, I'll look at pelvic tilt, okay? So if you're standing, just face this way, okay? And just have you go over a bit to your right. There you go. Alright, so if I'm gonna check his first rib angle, I'll zero out my calipers, I'll come out here, I'll place this point, come along to his spine, and I'll take my measurement. Then whatever my measurement is, I'll jot it down and compare it to normal. If it's normal, we don't have to address it. If it's abnormal, then something we need to correct. Okay, so that's one measurement. Then I'll say I check the pelvis. Typically, I'll have clients without a shirt on, or at least with a little close as possible, because then I can really see. And I'll make my landmarks where to measure. Okay, but for this purpose, I'll keep it.
I guess he's normal.
Yeah,
He's normal.
we'll see. You always gotta measure. Never.
So far, I saw he's normal all the time.
So I'll measure. Now I'm checking the pelvis. I'll get my landmarks, and again, I'll come over to this pelvis. There.
Give you a measure.
And then measure. So I'm looking at the pelvic tilt. I'll check the left side and check the right side. Okay. So that's just one measurement. This is again first rib angle, which will be this angle here, and then pelvic tilt. Obviously measuring his pelvis.
What's the name of this?
This is an inclinometer.
Inclinometer.
Yeah, so I use this as part of being a check practitioner, where you do very just detailed assessments of the entire body. Typically, most people don't like doing assessments as much because they don't want to know. They're scared to find out what's going on in their body. But for me to really work with someone properly, I need to know what's going on. So it's an ongoing battle sometimes.
Yeah, I guess no.
So that's one measurement, but the one that you might be more interested in, if you're coming to your chiropractor, would be the curve of the spine. So I use this compass, and this allows me to measure the curves of the spine. So
Curve, okay.
yep. So I would zero it against the wall, and then I'll come up. I already have my landmarks done. For today's purpose, I'm just gonna act like I did my landmarks, right? So I'll have my landmarks done. Place it along the spine. So let me just have you turn to the side a bit. I'll place it along the spine. I'll get my measurement. So this would be the cervical spine, this would be the neck to the thoracic spine, neck to the middle of the back. Then I'll get the measurement. Yeah, yep, exactly. So thoracolumbar junction. So I'll come here, I'll get my measurement there, and then I'll also go to the lumbar spine to the sacrum, get my measurement here. Okay. So these two measurements here give me the curve of the thoracic spine, and then the two measurements down here will give me the curve of the lumbar spine. Okay. Normal will be 32 to 35 degrees. If we're normal, good. If we're not normal, we have work to do.
How many people do you see that are normal?
Zero.
Yeah.
I mean, even when I first got measured, it wasn't normal. So I guess I'm due for a remeasurement. But last time I got measured, the spine was good. Spine was normal. I also came to see Dr. Imaña not too long ago, and my atlas was off maybe 1 to 2 degrees maybe, so it wasn't too bad.
Yeah.
So yeah, most people come in they're not normal, and they don't want to know that ever. They just want
They think they're normal. They think they're normal.
Yeah, exactly. They just want to get fixed, or they just want to feel better.
If you're hypermobile, do you have a hard time? Is it a harder process to stay within a normal range?
It could be. It could be because someone's stiff could be the same thing as well.
Yeah.
So someone might have too much range of motion, and someone might have too low range of motion.
Right.
So it's just different sides of the spectrum.
Right.
And the goal is just correcting it.
Right.
Yeah. So I've dealt with
Just
both
varies.
cases. Yeah, exactly. It just varies. Oh, how's it going, man?
Oh, we see people done.
Yeah, the rain really changed things up a little bit. Sorry, the snow. Alright. Now what I want to do, let me just show one more example. So I'll have you lay down on your back, okay? Just on the floor, okay? Yeah, then knees down, okay? So this is one quick example of how I'll show you the spinal measurements, and I'll just show you the measurements for, let's say, muscle. Alright, say hamstring. So I'm doing that. Yeah.
Wow.
So this leg, let's keep this leg straight. I'll take this knee, so see I'm checking the range of motion in the hamstring. What I'll do, I have my goniometer close. And we'll do passive. We can do active and passive. I'll normally just do a passive range of motion test. Okay? I'll come up here, I have this hand already below his back. So I can feel when his back starts to flatten against my hand. Boom, right there. Keep the knee in line with the hip. Boom. Keep that there, and I'll take my measurement.
I did hamstrings yesterday. It's like,
No excuses. Should be stretching. And then just relax the leg. So again, like I said, for the hamstring, normal range is 160 to 180 degrees. He has 168, so even though he did the hamstring yesterday, he's pretty
A
good.
person who's not normal, how it would go like this? Like he could lift all the leg up.
If it's not normal or it's normal?
If it's not normal, what it would be the typical?
Oh, what to do? It's just stretching. You're giving like a basic stretching program.
Yeah.
So I'll do that for all the muscles in the body. Same thing like with the spine, like I was showing you. We'll do that as well with the spine. Okay. So I showed you some movement for like this, just for the static spine measurement. Some way to measure that. And now I'll show you how we measure it dynamically. Okay. So when they start moving, that way you can see what it'll be like when they're actually doing that exercise. So now, let me just have you stand here again. Make space this way. And what you're going to do is you're going to bend backwards. Okay? So again, I already have my landmarks already. So I'm on the spine, and then I'm going to have him keep his knees straight, and then arms to the side. Keep the chin tucked in, and then slowly extend back as far as you can. I'll tell him when to stop. Boom. Alright, and relax right there. I'll have him hold it right there, and I'll check my measurements, and then you can relax. So from there, that'll just give me, for one measurement, the extension that's going on in the spine. Okay? So that's the spinal extension. I do the same thing with like rotation. Normally, typically I have him do seated, but in this case, I'll just have him stand, so arms up, and then just cross them like this, okay? So I'll have him seated, so his pelvis will be fixed, and I'll go one marker here, one marker here, again, my second landmark, and I want you to just keep your pelvis fixed and rotate to your left as far as you can. Now have him rotate without moving the pelvis, okay? And that will give me how much rotation he has going on, and you relax. How much rotation to his left he has in the spine. Again, thoracic, do the same thing for the lumbar, left, right, then lumbar, left, right. Check the measurement, make sure it's in normal. If it's not normal, then we do that. That's when we use the mobilizations, the spinal mobilizations. Okay, and that's where the pumping comes into play, because then it makes everything a little easier to rotate. So we have pumping and rotation, pumping and extension, pumping and flexion for each. So upper cervical and thoracic mostly have more rotation than the lumbar spine. So won't really look for too much rotation in the lumbar, and won't look to really correct rotation in the lumbar spine, because it's not going to be a lot. Normally like 3 to 18 degrees is normal. So what we're looking for is just increased rotation in thoracic and cervical. Increase the extension and flexion in the lumbar spine, because that's mostly what you're going to get at that segment. And again, just overall health of the body. So just balancing out the entire body. Okay, so we'll check the spine. Again, for today's, mostly focusing on the spine, but show you your hamstring just so you know that. We also measure range of motion of the muscles as well. Thanks, man. You good? Question?
So a person who doesn't have a normal rate of motion,
Sure.
how far could it go? Like this?
On the hamstring?
Yeah.
You're still on the hamstring, don't you?
Yeah.
Okay, so remember, normal is 160 to 180.
Yeah.
So if someone's doing the spine.
Somebody who's not normal, how far you go?
Sure. They might go, let's say I'm here, I'm checking the measurement, I might come to here. It could be anything less than 160.
But the person who's normal was 160.
Yeah, so 160 would be 160 to 180. So like in this range. But again, you have to measure it.
Yeah.
You can use an eye test a little bit, but you
I
can
see.
the eyes can play tricks on you though.
Not a good idea.
Okay, no, sure.
Yeah, thank you.
Yeah. And then, so if we're talking about like tight hamstrings, then that's gonna, if someone's tight in the hamstrings, that can really affect how much movement they have going on in the hips, like if they're doing a bend pattern. Let's say exercise, for example, now it starts with one exercise. If someone's doing a deadlift, for example, or some kind of bending pattern. Now, when they don't have the range of motion to actually move the hips back, because the hamstrings are tight, they're gonna start moving from the lower back to bend forward. Okay? So now we talked about already the spine again. So bend forward too much, starts to open up that space back here. Right? So now someone has, let's say for example, someone has a posterior disc bulge. They're bending over too much. Boom, it's opening that space. That bulge is gonna keep increasing. It's gonna come right out. This one typically goes out to the side here. but imagine this in the back,
Yeah.
all right, pushing up against the nerve. Okay, so that's just one example of why it's important to have proper range of motion just throughout the entire body and have your balance, because normally it comes back to your spine. The spine is normally one place that you feel will have like some issues
The
going on.
spine puts everything together.
Sure, yeah.
Right.
Everyone has different, like there's tons of, yeah.
The limbs.
Yeah, everything connects. That's the whole thing. Everything
and
connects.
The spine is at the middle of everything.
Yeah, I'm really interested in the spine. Like, I really like how it moves, and I just like the structure, like of the facet joints, and just how you can really manipulate and focus on specific regions of the spine to create changes in the body. And then there's also like other like mental, emotional, spiritual connections as well that I won't go into today. But yeah, I know Ali.
So stop asking questions because I want to go there.
Sure, no. Oh no, I want the questions.
Yeah.
that helps more with the discussion, so that's fine.
Yeah.
Any other questions?
What are some of those mental and emotional? Not getting too far into
Sure, okay.
on the surface.
Sure. And I know Ali knows a lot of these, but let's say we're talking about the chakras. You know, if you believe in it, you don't believe in it, it's cool, doesn't matter.
I believe.
But, yeah, sure. So if you're talking about the chakras, then let's say someone has lower back issues, then you might want to look at chakra 1, chakra 2. You know, relationship, let's say chakra 2, relationship with family, relationship with yourself, relationship with, you know, a partner, relationship with others. You know, let's say chakra 1, zone 1, like money issues, safety security issues, you know, stuff like that. So survival issues, right? Let's say, you know, you're gonna lose your home.
Ooh.
You don't even think about it, but that aspect is gonna sit right there in the root chakra, right? So now that bad energy is gonna be there, and it could directly affect the spine. It could directly affect your lower back. Okay. Now if we come to, let's say the middle of the back, say you have zone 3, zone 4, so chakra 3, chakra 4, however you want to say it, zone, chakra, or whatever. Let's say someone's having relationship issues with their partner, so we're talking about love now. Let's say we get into love. That's going to be right in the center, right at the heart. So right in the thoracic spine, okay, middle of the back. So they may be restricted, they may lack rotation. So again, when I'm measuring, I see the number, but I'm also putting together, all right, this could be connected to something else going on, just with their family, with their partner, or just whatever is going on in their lives. Say someone's having neck issues or issues with the throat, 5th chakra, everything about communication. So throat chakra, communication. So someone may have something that they need to say to someone or to a few people, and they don't have that courage to come out and say it. That's just another example of how that can manifest into now a physical issue. How that mental emotional issue can now manifest into a physical issue. And then, so now only addressing the physical might not actually correct the issue at hand, okay? But it comes down to the client has to think that could be an issue. If not, then you're not gonna get anywhere with it anyway. So I wouldn't address it. I'll probe a little bit, and if they're open to it, I'll go a little deeper. If they're not, I'll just back off with it, because then you're gonna be battling with them, and that's not gonna get you anywhere. That's gonna just cause more stiffness and more issues. Right, so there's tons that you can look at, and it's really fascinating, which is where actually the questionnaires come into play. So what I want to do right now, because it'll be a good talking point, if you could take that form, this one that I gave you, and I'll give you a few minutes to actually just fill it out a little. Yeah. This one will be really good. Just take a few minutes, and for now, you can fill out this one, and then we'll speak on it in a few minutes, okay?
Oh.
So I'll give you a little bit of time to do that.
We have to give it to you, or we keep it?
You keep it, and then I'll go. There's a few of us in here. Yeah. So you keep it, and then we'll just go over it together. But it'll be good, because then you can find out what zone you are in for each area, and then we can really discuss. You don't want to know what zone. Well, don't do that. We'll do the diet one next.
Don't do that. Okay.
Which one?
We can do both. We can do the 4 doctor one. Sorry.
We're doing the 4 doctors?
Yeah, do the 4
Okay.
doctors. You can start with this page, okay?
Doctor happiness.
I'll give you guys a few minutes.
Dr.
And,
Chocolate.
Huh?
Dr. Chocolate.
Did anyone want I know you don't want one. Does anyone want a juice?
No, I'm okay. I'm
Okay.
right now.
Okay. Do you want another juice here?
Oh yes, I
You
would
do?
have. I want another one.
Good. The same thing?
Yes.
Okay.
Thank you. But the peanut butter was great.